All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to my July question and answer stream. So, hey, everybody. Sean Baker, what's going on over on YouTube? Jared, what's going on? JC, also on YouTube. So I'll be with you for the next little while, and it's all about asking questions and me answering them. So feel free to ask away. So I will mention a couple things. Hey, what's up, Patrick? How's it going, man? Good to see you, Patrick. And he's over on Twitch. So a couple of things. I have had quite a few miniature videos come out. In case you haven't noticed, but I think now I'm on day 40 something. I don't know. I'll get you a count. I've got a lot of mini videos out. I've put so much time. Y'all have no clue how long those videos take to make. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I started back on June 10th is when I started doing miniature videos. June 10th. So yeah, that's I've had at least one miniature video come out every single day since June 10th. So yeah, that's a bunch. So I've had 9 come out on this page. Just bear with me. I'm looking at my pages. 10, 11, 12, 20, 28, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 50 exactly. So I've got 50 posted already, and you can check those out. They come out every day at midnight. So yeah. And I've got 8 more I am fixing to record today. I decided I wasn't going to do it, but I'm really on a roll. And let me do a little bit of explaining before, and if you're watching this video after I've done this live recording, well, I'm tired of miniature videos and I didn't follow your channel for miniature videos. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, you can unfollow the channel if you want to, but I'm a huge miniature connoisseur. I love collecting miniatures. I've loved miniatures since 1984ish when I started playing, and it is a part of who I am, and this is my channel. So you can feel free to go to any of the other 5,000 D&D 5e channels if you'd like to, but as I mentioned when I started doing this, I am really going on a tear and investing a huge amount of time. It literally takes, to make one of those set videos, it's about an 8-hour time commitment. 8 hours to do one video. And that's, with the video with 44 miniatures in it. It takes even longer for the Rise of the Rune Lords and the other miniature sets that have 60 and 65. So, but the videos look beautiful. And, miniatures are part, I don't care what anybody says, miniatures are a part of RPGs because it is it is part of playing D&D. So yeah, but I've got, like I said, I've already made 50 videos in about a month and a half. I have about another, realistically, I have probably about another 40 to 45 miniature videos to make. And then after that, they won't be coming out every day. So just bear with me. You few people that, the squeaky wheels out there, I'm just being brutally honest, and some people don't like that, but that's who I am as well. I love to be brutally honest because people are brutally honest with me, and I'm going to be brutally honest back to you. It's only fair to reciprocate that. So once those are done, only a few videos are going to come out a year when they release new sets. So, if you don't want to get notified every day I release a video, I can't help that. So, but I've had a few debates with people on that. So, you know, if you don't like it, all I can tell you is there's other channels out there. So, hey, everybody. Hey, what's up, Jared? Good question. What's the next campaign that I'm going to run? Been enjoying the mini videos. Well, thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. A lot of work go into those miniature videos. They really do. And I really honestly think that they are a very high quality video. They're in 4K, and I really enjoy making them. I mean, I am getting a little burnt out on making them, though, because I've made so many, you know, during the last, you know, almost 2 months. But I mean, I still love them. And plus, it lets me look at the minis again and play with them and stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah, even doing something that you love, you can still get burnt out doing it. But I've got, you know, I'm over halfway there, and I need to keep on course, and I need to get these miniature videos done and over with so I can just do new releases when they come out, you know, a couple times a year, and then I'll be golden. Everybody will be golden, you know. So, but yeah, to answer your question though, Jared, yeah, we just finished up the Pathfinder Beginner box set yesterday. The next game I'm going to be running is Starfinder for sure. I may do the Starfinder Beginner box set, or I may do the August standalone adventure that comes out called Junker's Delight. It's an adventure for character levels 1 to 4, and they have to go into a salvage yard, an old abandoned salvage yard, and recover this data disk, and then they're attacked by this huge junkyard monster, and then you know, trying to the escape begins and everything. So it sounds like a pretty cool adventure. I may run that, and I also may run the Starfinder Beginner box set, because that's a great adventure also. But as for when it's going to be, I don't know. Probably in about another month or so. But I want to get these mini videos done first. Bell, how's it going? Long time no see, Bell. Rowdy D, what's going on? Rowdy over in YouTube, what's going on? Patrick, you had thought about getting into painting minis, but couldn't motivate yourself, you know? I tried painting miniatures. I don't mind doing the accessories and the terrain, like the barrels and the crates and the tables, and you know, I don't mind doing stuff like that. But painting miniatures, I couldn't do. That's why I buy pre-painted miniatures, because I just don't have the time to invest. So that's why I go with pre-painted. Desmar Sama over on Twitch, what's going on? You just got here and already love the background. Well, actually, Desmar, that is not a background. That is actually the bookshelf that I have behind me. It is, I promise to you, it is not an image. I have 10,000 pre-painted miniatures. They're all up there in Tupperware containers. And over to my right, I've got another wall of miniatures also. So yeah, I've got tons of miniatures. Those are all of the books that I have left. There's 4 levels of cubes going all the way down to the 4. You can't see the 4th level, but that has, you know, all kinds of other stuff too. So, but welcome, Desmar. And that is definitely not an image. That is the real thing. So, but I'm glad you like it though. Yeah, minis are awesome as well, like you said. You got into 40K in high school. Yeah, you just bought and painted the miniatures. Yeah, you got to have your Marines and your Orcs, and yeah, I tried Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl was pretty cool, but we never got into 40K. Obviously, we were kids. We didn't. I mean, that was a, you know, we considered that a rich man's game. So. But then again, you know, it's not like I couldn't have bought, you know, but whenever you buy Games Workshop stuff, you got to put it together. You got to paint it. Screw that, man. I'm all about pre-painted, man. No way. Too much work. Rowdy D, miniatures do rock. So, yes, I agree with you. And, you know, tokens on a virtual tabletop map, that's a blessing also. Jonathan Tarragano, what's going on? I remember that name, Jonathan Tarragano. I remember that. I'm doing good, though. How you doing over in YouTube? Amazing audio and video. Yeah, those miniature videos, they turned out really good. I've put a lot of time into getting all of that figured out, and unbelievable. Like I said, it takes 8 hours to make one series video, because I have to record each wheel separately, and then I have to record an intro, me looking at all the miniatures, and then an outro, and then I got to cut all that stuff up. So each miniature, there's 4 cuts. So there's four variables in my timeline for each miniature. So if there's 65 miniatures in the set, there is literally about 200 pieces that are put together. And the more pieces that you have, the longer it takes your video to render and process. So like Rise of the Runelords literally took about 4 hours to process. So I started processing it. I finished it. I processed it. And I just said, I'm going to bed. And then in the morning, it was done. But then I screwed up, and I had to redo that one. So, well, I didn't have to redo it all. I just had to adjust it. So, but yeah, it was all for naught. But I eventually got it. So, but it's out now. I mean, you can see that when did Rise of the Runelords come out? Rise of the Runelords came out on July 14th. So it's been out, almost a week now? So today, the Trebuchet came out, the WizKids Trebuchet. Tomorrow, the comes out. So you'll be able to see that. And yeah. Brain Torn Out. I almost butchered that name. I had to really look at your name there, Brain, but welcome, you're in Twitch. Campaign making does get tiring after too long. It's why I prefer writing for other systems. There you go. Yes, Jonathan, definitely going to be playing some Starfinder, that's for sure. I really like Starfinder. As you can tell on my shelf, I have all of the Starfinder stuff. Every bit of it. I've had the subscription since Starfinder released back, 4 years ago now? Oof. Brain, you wanted to get into Warhammer and painting miniatures? You have plenty of time and have been painting for the past 10 years, but you can't go to tournaments with a printed army. So screw that. What do you mean, printed army? Like 3D printed? They don't allow you to make your own Marines and your own orcs and stuff. Yeah, screw that if they don't let you. Screw them. Lord Gwyd, what's going on? What's up to you? You played Legend of Drizzt last night? That's cool, man. Yeah, that's a fun. Those board games are actually really fun. I had a fun time playing those, even though I butchered the rules up a little bit. But yeah, it was really fun playing them. I need to do those again. Jonathan, you're doing well? Well, that's good. You're just slowly building your own bookshelf and figuring how to store it all. Yeah. Good luck with that, man. You can actually spend big money just on your storage. I mean, it's store miniatures. That's like hundreds of dollars worth of containers up there. Oof, man. And then the shelves, hundreds of dollars of shelving. Yeah. You spend more on storage and shelving than you do on the books and everything. Desmar, you do see a bunch of 4th edition behind me. In fact, that is the entire 4th edition series. Everything from all of the 44 core hard books, hardback books, all of the public play, which there are a ton of, 13 seasons or something, including encounters and the 5th edition playtest stuff and the layer assaults, all of the box sets. There is the essential stuff right there. I love essentials. I wouldn't even mind running Reavers of Harkenvold in 4th edition because I really like that adventure. That's a 2-part adventure that came with the Game Master box set up there, and it's good. But see, it's all real. See, I moved it. It's not fake, Desmar. I just wanted to prove that to you, but it's all real. Yeah, I have all of the 4th edition, all of the modules, all 100 modules. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I love fourth edition. I'm in the minority when I say that, but I do love fourth edition, and I stick up for it. Because most of the people that bash fourth edition have never played it, and they just listen to other mouths that flap their mouths. So, yeah. Let's see. Anything from fourth that I would like to see come into fifth edition? The Nentir Vale. The Nentir Vale is one of my favorite settings. That's the default setting for fourth edition, and the Nentir Vale is beautiful. It's 250 miles across and about 200 miles from north to west. It's packed with lore, packed with the content. All of the modules are all in the Nentir Vale unless specified otherwise. It's a beautiful setting, and I wish they would do something for fifth edition with it. I would definitely run that. You like the Shatterkai? Yeah, they're good. They were what, Player Handbook 3, I think. I think they were in a Player's Handbook 3. So Brain Games Workshop completely outlawed compete with printed. Yeah. Oh well. Of course. Yeah, of course, because you got to buy their product to play in their awesome tournament. So Dank Memester, what's going on? Dank Memester, you're looking to start a sci-fi campaign. There you go. Go with Starfinder, go with Traveler 2, go with Savage Worlds has got a couple of really nice sci-fi settings out there. So yeah, there's plenty of options out there for you. Bannock, how come I haven't run fourth edition in years? I don't know. That's a good question. I just haven't. But I wouldn't mind doing it, but I just have too much other stuff going on. So Starfinders are going to be run quite a bit here in the next rest of the year. So thoughts on Starfinder? I love it, Dank. Like I said, you could go with Traveler 2. That's a really nice D6 system. You can play Savage Worlds. They've got a couple of really nice sci-fi settings. You can do that also. So you just got in your core 3 books for 4th edition last week, never played? Yeah, what's up, Bits? Yeah, it's a good system. You know, and the one thing that I will say about 4th edition is the effects. You know, when you have your power, the power system is awesome. You know, your at-will powers, your encounter, and your daily powers, those are fantastic. It's just that it kind of hurt the game when you could give your fighters, clerics, second roommates, cousin a buff with your charisma modifier. That just kind of, it's just hard to keep track and all of the ongoing damages and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah. But 4th edition is a great game, and Essentials actually cleared all of that up from monsters and from players. So, yes, there you go, Bangs. The Last Parsec. That's a great sci-fi setting for Savage Worlds. So, Rowdy, anything Dark Sun? Yeah, I've got the 2 Dark Sun books also. Those were a couple of really nice books from 4th edition. And the great thing about 4th edition, I can't tell you how many times I've referred to 4th edition stuff while running 5th edition. So, especially early on when 5th edition was new and there wasn't a lot of content out for it. So, you would have been much more interested. Yeah, well, Pathfinder 2e, definitely going to be doing a lot more Pathfinder 2e and Starfinder and D&D 5. And if 4th edition can work its way in, it will. But I don't see it happening for a while. But like I said, I wouldn't mind doing Reavers of Harkenvold. That's actually a really good adventure. So, Bangs, you're not sure if you would like Starfinder? That's cool. Hey, no problem, man. I'd say to each their own, you know. When they announced Starfinder, I was concerned that it was going to be Pathfinder in space, and it didn't end up turning out that way, which is good. And that's why I've invested into it, is because I like, you know, I just like the way it is, you know. Brain, so you got a question relating to a mechanic you're currently working on for a homebrew called Flash Tech. Flash Tech is mostly a plot element, but the player has 10 spaces for events, which alter their character in some way, giving them bonuses to some stats. Did you enjoy a mechanic in which you have to sacrifice big parts of your body and get some severe drawbacks or big bonuses? So you're basically wanting to do something like in Savage Worlds with the edges and hindrances. Is that what you're referring to, Brain? I mean, if you can make it work without it being too cumbersome and stuff, I'd say go for it. I would say definitely go for it. Yeah, Benaki, you have no interest in PF2E? You hate the system? That's cool. Have you tried playing it yet, or no? Or do you just not like what you read about it? Because I know you're a 3.5 guy. Lance, what's going on, Pernicious? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. Just doing a monthly Q&A, hanging out for a little bit, drinking some Coke. Well, that's cool. That's just more content for me, Banach, because I'm going to buy it, because I like Pathfinder 2E. I know that there will at least be one book left in inventory if you're not going to get it. So I like that. Yeah, I have all of the Pathfinder and Starfinder subscriptions. Boy, the last couple months, they really hit you hard. They've had a lot of delays and stuff with shipping and stuff like that. So, wow. This month was 20 items. Next month is going to be about 20 items, and then it gets back to normal in like September. So, Rowdy D, what's going on, Rowdy D? How easy is it to get into Pathfinder 2? You've played a lot of Pathfinder 1. You know, I've heard mixed stuff. I've asked a lot of Pathfinder 1 players if they played Pathfinder 2. A lot. In fact, most Pathfinder 1 players have embraced Pathfinder 2. But, you know, a few of the traditionalists are just stuck with Pathfinder 1. They don't want anything to do with Pathfinder 2, which is cool. I get it. You know what I mean? It's cool. But all you really need is like the beginner box, the core book. I mean, there's so much content out now. I mean, as you can see, there's all the core books already, and it hasn't even been out 2 years. So there's your core books and then the Lost Omens books, which the Lost Omen books are like your supplement books, gazetteers, stuff like that. But yeah, they've already got 3 bestiaries out, and the game hasn't even been out 2 years. So I believe next month in August will be 3 years. But yeah. Yeah, Pathfinder's a great game. Pathfinder 2 is a great game. Pathfinder First Edition is a great game. I just never really fully embraced it because I was playing 5e at the time. So you've been on vacation, Lance, for a week? Nice. You've been drinking and taking your nice. Well, what have you been on vacation or something like that? Going back to work pretty soon? Lord Gwyd, you're with me. You love Pathfinder? Yeah, I love Pathfinder 2. I mean, it's a great system. I love the ancestry, how they have the ancestry set up with all of the feats for ancestries. I love how the classes are set up. I love all the different feats for general feats and skill feats and class feats. I mean, it's crazy. But then again, it was like that in Pathfinder First Edition. It's just labeled differently in Pathfinder 2. So, but the 3 action point economy is great. I love the new encumbrance. Yeah, it's good stuff. I love the monsters, how the NPCs are set up now in the bestiaries. The APs have always been wonderful, even in Pathfinder First Edition. So yeah, Pathfinder 2 is a great game. Yeah, it sounds like you can also do that. Well, you can also do that, Brain, in Starfinder. So if you want to get a cybernetic arm, or you can have your arm amputated, you can have a cybernetic arm put on. If you want dark vision, you can have your real eyes taken out, and you can have these cybernetic eyes put in. There's like a whole book of stuff that you can, get cybernetic implants and stuff. It's awesome. You can do full on cybernetics, or you can do like a hybrid, which is like half your body and half, mechanical cybernetic. Oh, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, but I mean, if you can get it to work, Brain, I would go for it. As long as it's like going to be easy for your players and stuff to pick up, and it's easily digestible after reading it just like once. Yeah, I'd say go for it. Why not? Bits. I have played Fate. I've played Fate a couple times, and it was pretty cool. I like the positive and negative dice. That's pretty cool, but it's nothing that I would run though. But it was fun to play. We played a zombie apocalypse, and you actually die. So we died at the end. So, but I think that's how the adventure was supposed to end up turning out anyway. So. Yeah, printed books are a pain in the butt, especially if you're buying, in your case, being over in England, buying books from American companies and having them shipped, because I have the same problem buying from English companies, because I'm a huge fan of Triple Ace Games, which is over in England. And I love their little card games that they have. I love their board games, and I love their Savage Worlds content. So, yes, it is expensive to have stuff shipped, physical stuff shipped from England, like it would be expensive to have stuff shipped from here to you in England. So yeah. Yeah, the Humble Bundle's been nice. There's been a couple really nice Pathfinder Humble Bundles in the last year. The one that just ended a couple months back for Pathfinder 2 was amazing. I mean, you got like 30 PDFs for like $20 or $25. I mean, amazing deal. Oh, yeah, Pathfinder 2e will always, yeah, I mean, here's all the 5e stuff here, and 5e's been out since 2014, so that's 7 years, going on 8 years, and Pathfinder's been out 2 years, and there's just as much content out, just about, almost out for Pathfinder 2, so yeah, it's pretty crazy. They are a machine. They are a well-oiled machine over at Paizo. That's for sure. Yeah, Pathfinder 2 was fun, Bell. We'll definitely pick up Chapter 2 later on, that's for sure. I gotta get my Starfinder fix in now. Yeah, same here, Lord. I love the lore. My favorite book, though, is the Pathfinder Lost Omens Legends book. I love the Legends book. I don't know if you have that, Gwyd. I'm sure you probably do. But I loved reading about Tar-Baphon and the other key players around Golarion. And in December, Pathfinder has the Lost Omens, like, key bad guy book coming out. So it's got like the 12 most deadliest, creatures that are roaming the lands of Golarion. And I can't wait for that, because it's like 300 pages with just 12 bad guys. So it's going to have all their fortress, it's going to have all their layers, it's going to have all of their, all the lore about them, and I just cannot wait to read that book. So yeah, I just cannot wait. Oh, it's not going to be easily digestible? Yeah. I mean, it just depends. I mean, if it can be not easily digestible, but yet it's still easily readable and they can figure it out pretty quickly, then I say go for it, man. A typical turn would probably have you throw as many as 5 or 6. Wow, that's a lot of those are high rolls. So Saint Michael, yes, you're right. Saint Michael over in YouTube. That is my favorite fantasy setting for Savage Worlds. I have all the Hellfrost stuff. I love it. And in fact, the Hellfrost Atlas is one of the best books I've ever read, with the massive maps, that 56 panel map. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Hellfrost, Ziggy's done a great job putting Hellfrost together. So, yes. Bits, what are my favorite sources to plagiarize for building an adventure? The P word. What are my favorite sources to plagiarize? I mean, any old adventure, you can plagiarize it and adapt it to whatever game you're running, whatever setting you're running. But I would definitely plagiarize Reavers of Harkenvold if I was going to run that for 5e. You know, I was actually thinking about running that for Pathfinder 2e, and I was thinking about trying this as an experiment and to run it on the fly. And I mean, I haven't really said anything, but I'm not going to convert it. I'm not going to put it in Fantasy Grounds. I'm just going to go with the PDF and just start throwing stuff on maps. And I just want to see how it would go on the fly with Pathfinder. I would have to do a little bit of planning ahead with what monsters and stuff I would run, but I would adapt all of the skill challenges and everything and adapt everything to Pathfinder 2e. So yeah, I would definitely do that. I was thinking about doing that. Lance, what do I think of the new 5e book coming out? Well, they got like 3 more books coming out this year, right? Fizbin something or another. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'll definitely check it out. That's for sure. I definitely will check it out. So, Lord, you're running your daughter through Menace Under Atari. Yeah, she's having. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's a good little adventure, to be honest. We just finished the first floor, so we'll kind of go to the second part of it down the line. A glorified Dragonomicon. Yeah, there's a couple Dragonomicons up there for 4th edition also. Oh, that's cool. Bangs, you're plagiarizing a Star Trek Enterprise episode. That's cool. Number 1, even though that's not Star Trek Enterprise. Sorry, I just had to say number 1. So keep your questions coming though, folks, because I'm going to keep answering them as long as you're asking them. And when you stop, I'm heading out because I got other work to do. So, but I'll give you a couple more minutes to get some more questions in there. And I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today for sure. But it's been fun. It really has been fun making those videos. So, and I hope you enjoyed. I actually put out 5 Dave's Real Life Stories this month, and that's not going to happen every month. I did the 4th of July because I mean it was the 4th of July this month. I had to tell you about the house I bought and the big party I threw and about burned down the whole neighborhood. So I had to tell you about that. And then I wanted to talk about, getting kicked out of the house at 15 years old and stuff like that. So I had 4 of those videos that I did in a row, and I had to do those because I didn't want to put the first one out, wait another month. So that's why I put all of those out in a row, is because I felt it was necessary to do that. But we'll be back to just one Dave's Real Life story video every month after this. So. Yeah. It was kind of hard to talk about the last batch of them, but it's all good. You've been loving the real life stories. Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think you'll like the ones. I'm gonna kind of be wrapping up. Like because I was a huge fisherman when I was younger and before Al Gore created the internet, and all there was to do was play outside and stuff before the internet came out. So I used to do a lot of fishing when I was a kid, and I got a bunch of crazy fishing stories I'm gonna tell you. I've got my son and I, we used to go to SeaWorld all the time when he was 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. So I've got a bunch of crazy SeaWorld stories to tell you. Really fun really funny SeaWorld stories. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff too. So I've got Dave's real life stories planned out for about the next year or so. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing the SeaWorld ones next month. So yeah, that'll be good. I'll definitely be keeping them coming though, Jared, for sure. You think so, Jonathan? I mean, that's a good point, though. I mean, I could see that. I could definitely see that for sure. So, Pernicious, any plans to run Abomination Vaults? That is the 3-book adventure path. That is the first mega dungeon, and it's 14 levels, 12 levels. I wouldn't mind running it, and I want to do shorter games, Lance, and that it's going to take a lot for me to do a 3-book AP. I will never run a 6-book AP again. But even though I get the adventure paths, I love the DM's toolboxes that are in both Starfinder and Pathfinder 2 adventure paths. I think the DM's toolboxes are amazing. So I'll always get those. But as to run, I just don't want to be bogged down, Lance, in a big, playing once a week for a couple hours a week. Dude, it's going to take a couple years to go through a 6-book AP. Each book is 100 pages. So there's 600 pages for one adventure. Granted, about 200 of those pages are DM's toolbox stuff. But yeah, I don't think I'll do another 6-book AP unless it just blows my socks off. If that AP blows my socks off, then I might run it. But I'll run a book of this and then I'll go do something else, come back, do book 2, do something else, come back, book 3, etc., rinse and repeat. That's what I would do. But I will never do 6 books in a row. That's just going to lock me up for way too long, and I just don't want that. And plus, I'm wanting to rotate players in and out, too. So that's what I want to do. Now, 3-book APs, that's the exception. And Abomination Vaults really almost blew my socks off. So I wouldn't mind doing an old school Mega Dungeon grinder like that. I wouldn't mind. Now, I also like Against the Ion Throne adventure path for Starfinder. I think that's a beautiful 3-book AP, and I would actually run Against the Ion Throne before I did Abomination Vaults. So yeah, I do like Abomination Vaults, but not like Against the Ion Throne. So, but I would run that one. The story in Ion Throne is just amazing, and actually, that adventure reminds me a lot about Star Trek. It really does. I'm sure they probably stole a bunch of ideas from Star Trek and other sci-fi stuff. I mean, they had to. That's all the RPG industry is plagiarizing without plagiarizing, if you know what I mean. It's like writing history, because I'm a history major, and all history is plagiarism. That's all it is. You can only write about a war one time, but when you have 30 people writing about the same war, obviously facts are going to pile on top of each other. So yeah, it's just like RPGs. I mean, same thing. But I'm glad you've been loving the real life stories, Jonathan. I've been enjoying telling them. So Bitch, you got a Fantasy Grounds question. The Sprawl Runner Suede supplement is flagged for GM only. Is that correct? I guess it's whatever there should be a player. I would imagine it would have both, right? If it's a full-on campaign, it should have a game master and a player. So, and if it doesn't, I would get on the Savage Worlds forums and make a post and ask. I would ask, hey, can you separate the player stuff from the game master stuff? Maybe the developer is new or something. So, but the fastest response you're going to get, though, Bits, is to get on the Savage Worlds forums and ask. Because all those developers, Aki probably did that. Aki does most of the Savage Worlds stuff. So I would put a post up on the Suede forums. Lord Wood, you like all the real life stories too? Yeah, Some of them are crazy, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. I mean, I really can't. This, you know, I just think about this stuff and I'm like, oh man, that's right. This crazy event happened. I should tell it because it's a funny story. You know, it's like when this girl that I was dating tried to climb into my window and she climbed into my neighbor's window and she almost got shot. I mean, that's just crazy, man. Yeah. That's all I kept hearing was my neighbor yelling, Dave, you need to keep your bitch in check. She just tried, I shot her, Dave. It was crazy. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. I just look back now. Then I was like, whoa, this is like absolutely crazy. I was like really shaken by it. But now I just look back and laugh. You need a petition? Yeah, Lord Gwyd to get a Shadow of the Demon Lord. Yeah, I would love to see it. Supposedly, Lord, years back, somebody was creating a rule set for it, but then just obviously fell off the face of the earth. But I would love to see Dominic make a Shadow of the Demon Lord's rule set. He could whip one up in about 6 hours. He's a monster, man. Super Teddy is super. He really is. He could bust a rule set out in about six hours. But I'd love to see Shadow of the Demon Lord also, because I really enjoy that game. Girlhead4477, welcome. How long is a 6-book AP? It depends. Pathfinder is 100 pages per book, so 600 pages. Starfinder, I think, is around 65 to 70 pages. And that would be, what, a little over 400 pages? So, yep. But welcome, Girlhead. Oh, yeah, you're just wondering about Abomination Vaults, Pernicious? Yeah. Yeah, it's a dungeon grinder, man. It's it's only 3-book, and I think Paizo's going to be going with 3-book APs. I hope that's what they do. I just think 6-book APs are just way too ridiculous. I mean, if you got the time, that's fine. And I would do a 6-book AP around the table. You know, I would definitely do that, but to do it online, a couple hours a week, I can't do 6 books. I can barely even do 3-book APs. But yes, it is a 3-book AP, that's for sure. Deviator, what's going on, Alan? How you doing, buddy? What's my recommendation for a beginner DM 5e based DM screen with lots of info for it? I can't say anything. I almost did. You want to get your DM a gift? That's cool. As for you know what? I'll be honest with you, Deviator, you could make one and it would be a lot better than what's out there now. In fact, send me an email, Alan, and I have a DM screen that someone made and sent to me, and they told me that I could give it out, and this was years back. And it's in landscape mode, and you can literally print this off and put it onto another DM screen. And it is nothing but information. It's not art and 4 pages of effects or conditions. This is like a 4th edition, 5th edition DM screen. So yeah, send me an email, Alan, and I'll get that to you. Bits, any chance Free League will drop a Dune Fantasy Grounds module? Not that I know of. I know that Dune's been released, but I don't know anything yet. There may be something being made, but I can't verify that or deny it. If that makes any sense, Bits. I can't. Yeah, I just can't. That's it. I'm done with that. Moving on. History. History is my story. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Girlhead. RP is just borrowing from the classes. That's all it is. It's just regurgitation. That's all it is. Exactly. Lord of the Rings, that's where it all came from, basically. I'm talking about, sure, there's fantasy and stuff before that, Beowulf and stuff, but I'm talking about if you want a fully fleshed out world, then Tolkien was the first one to do that. And he's got so much stuff that his family and his society still haven't even organized it all. and his kids are dying off. So yeah, it's crazy. Sprawl Runners is a single mod, no GM players. Oh, then yeah, they probably won't then. But then again, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask to have all the player stuff put into a module, or you could do that yourself. Bits, you could always, create duplicates and then export it as a module. You could also do that. Which would also take a little bit of time, but it would also be awesome. The Essentials kit, yeah, that's a pretty good pack. I got the Essentials box, but I've never opened it up, Bits. Never opened it up. And no, I'm not going to open it up tonight. What is the Fantasy Grounds Forge? When is it released? Well, we soft released it, so you can get on there, create an account, upload your extensions, etc. And it's just going to expand from there. So we haven't officially announced it and announced the release for it, but it is we are doing a soft launch right now, so you can get on there, forge.fantasygrounds.com, and take a look at it. Bannock, you know what, John Carter of Mars, that was a pretty good movie. I know it was like the most expensive movie to create ever, and it was like it did like $15 at the box office. I don't see, maybe a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. I watched it on Amazon Prime. I think it was on Prime or Disney Plus, but I liked it. I was like, wow, I think I might actually watch this again one time. So, yeah. Mark Who, thanks, man. Yes, it officially releases next week. Yes, and you're right, Solomon Kane. There's some Savage World Solomon Kane stuff. We do have a Conan rule set. So, but I'm talking about, he created full languages for all the races. I mean, that's the detail that Tolkien went into, where the creators of Conan and Solomon Kane, they didn't do that. I'm talking about Tolkien. He is like above everything else for creativity and lore itself for his world. I know for a fact I took Tolkienology classes in college for electives, which were harder than some of my mainstream classes. But thanks, Mark. Looking good. You're looking good too, kid. Yeah, I don't have the big beard anymore. I'm down like 160 pounds. So yeah, I feel a lot better. Still ugly as hell though, but yeah. I'm not an animal. Rowdy D, I'm looking forward to Savage Worlds Pathfinder also. I did check out the Kickstarter, but it was just way too expensive. And I didn't pull the trigger. I kind of regret, I'm going to be honest, and I mentioned this on Fantasy Grounds Fridays, but I actually kind of regret not picking up Savage Worlds Pathfinder. I actually kind of regret that now. So, no, I'm not doing any cons for probably another year or two. I just want this whole COVID thing to be, I mean, COVID's not going away. So don't think that, oh, it's going away. It's not going away. It's only gonna have more variants out there. So, but no, I'm not doing any cons. I'll do online cons, but I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, all those authors, I mean, that's all they do is borrow ideas from each other. You're on to your first Dragon Con at 52. Well, that's cool, Jared. Dragon Con. That's Atlanta, isn't? No, yeah, Dragon Con's Atlanta, isn't it? I think Dragon Con's Atlanta. I'm doing a Gen Con seminar. Yep, the ATL. Yep, Georgia. But yeah, I'm doing a Gen Con seminar. They changed the name to Delta. Marvel and DC are both skipping Comic Con. Yeah, I don't blame people for skipping cons. I'm going to be honest. I mean, you're smart. I mean, you're smart to wait a little while longer. I mean, if you're vaccinated and stuff, go for it. I mean, the odds are in a little bit more in your favor, but I just don't want to take that chance. I just don't want to take that chance. Make that change. Who sung that song in the 80s? I don't know. That just came up into my head. Last call for questions, folks. Last call for questions. Wow, this has been a long Q&A. This has been an hour-long Q&A. This has been like the longest Q&A ever. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. That's for sure. So give everybody another second to ask any final questions, and then I'm heading out. I've got some works to do. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner too. I don't know. I was thinking about making a Spanish rice with vegetables and chicken in it. I was thinking about doing that. I made a potato soup a couple days ago, but I'm so potato souped out already. I've ate like 4 bowls of it in 2 days, so, and I still got a bunch left. Oh, that's it. That is it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. The man in the mirror. That's right. Oh, the rib hut. I haven't been to the rib hut in like a year and a half. So soup in summer, yeah. Soup in the summer. Yeah, I took 3 cans of cream of celery, 3 cans of cream of golden chicken. I took about 1/3 of a gallon of milk. I took a pack of bacon, 3 big potatoes and cut them up, celery, baby carrots, and an onion. And that's what I made. It was so good. Oh my goodness. So good. Yeah, good to see you too, Lance. Good to see you too, man. For sure. Mark, who do I like Warhammer Fantasy? I've never played it, to be honest. I thought the Fantasy Flight Games version looked pretty good. I saw it at the game store, and I mean, it had a beautiful box set. I mean, the box set was like $200, but the box set actually looked beautiful. It had everything in it: miniatures, like decks of cards, and hardbacks. And I was like, wow, this is actually a really nice box set. But I've never played it. I've seen it, but I've never played it. Rib Hut was the day before my birthday. I can't. Gallegos? I don't know. Yeah, the Fantasy Flight Games version of Star Wars. Yeah, that's a good one. I love the dice pulls. Remember, Jared, I used to talk so much crap about those dice, and then once I actually sat down and learned about the dice, I was like, actually, this makes sense. I talk so much crap about those Fantasy Flight Games dice, but it makes a lot of sense. So. Oh, that's because it's not that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looked good to me. I just never played it, Mark. But there's just, I've been saying this for a while now, and there's just too many good games out there and not enough time. I mean, seriously, there's just way too many games, not enough time. So, yeah. So let me ask you folks about this also. I have an idea about doing Twitch watch parties with Amazon Prime. I would imagine most people, I wouldn't say most, but I would say a lot of people probably have Amazon Prime, right? So how do you think it would work if I did like a monthly, Amazon Prime watch party where we watch this like cheesy movie every month? Would y'all like to do that? I think that would be pretty fun. I would actually like to do, like, I would like to watch, a lot of the Amazon Prime series, like Man in the High Castle and Invincible and, Hunters, the Nazi Hunters and stuff. I would love to watch stuff like that with everybody else. So I was thinking about doing Amazon Prime watch movies, because you can do those on Twitch. So I think it would be pretty cool. No, Mark, I'm not in Eastern time zone. I moved to El Paso in 2018, so I'm now Mountain Time. So it is 5 p.m. my time right now. So it would be a little bit later for East Coasters and real late for, Europeans. But it's just, I might do something like that. I don't know. We'll see what people say in the comment section of this video also. So let me know if you're watching this after the fact of this recording. Let me know what you think about doing Amazon Prime watch movie nights. That would be cool. I think doing something like that once a month would be pretty cool. But if we did it once a month, it would just be a movie. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like a series, because I couldn't watch episode 1 and have to wait a whole month to watch episode 2. You heard The Expanse is super good. You know what? I tried watching The Expanse, Jonathan. I watched about half of the first episode and I stopped watching it. I couldn't get into it. But a lot of people say that it starts slow and then it just keeps getting better and better. So maybe I'll give it another chance. I don't know. We'll see. So, but I heard it was good, but I just couldn't get through the first episode. So I turned it off. So. All right, everybody. Well, I am going to be heading out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this hour. I can't believe it's gone over an hour. And if you didn't get to watch this live, if you're watching a recording, then please feel free to leave a comment down below and we'll, talk about doing like a monthly movie night or something like that. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.